It's 10 a.m. and Khorog, Thomas and I were leaving for Tajikistan.
The goal of the day was to reach Dushanbe, the capital of Tajikistan. First, we had to walk
to the bus station, and from there we're gonna take a bus to the place where we hope to find a shared taxi to the border between Uzbekistan and Tajikistan. So 1 hour later, we arrived. Now we're gonna look for a shared taxi to the border.
After we left the public bus, it got quite chaotic. A bunch of guys tried to drag us into their cars. After we made a prize with one of them, we headed towards the border. We had a 6-hour car ride ahead of us. After driving for several hours, it turned out there was a slight misunderstanding, so we tried to explain that we wanted to go to the border while driving. After that, the road became more bumpy. Our driver drove faster. And the landscape was still amazing. So we made it to the border, where I made a small mistake. I filmed myself. An officer saw it and asked for my phone. He went through all my pictures and videos and deleted those he didn't like. He also went through my friends' phones. But apparently it's a common procedure at the borders in Central Asia. They usually look for footage which might put the country into a bad light, or pornographic images which are forbidden as well. Anyways, we crossed the border, which was smooth and quick, and then we asked someone to drive us into Dushanbe.
So we just arrived close to the hostel. Now we just have to find it. Somewhere here. So we made it to the hostel.
And here we stayed for 2 nights. The next day we strolled around for a bit. I finally was able to withdraw some money, and the morning after we got up at 4:30 so we could leave for the Pamir highway.
Which means that we're gonna travel from here, from Dushanbe to Khorog. And it's about 500, it's just a little bit over 500 kilometers.
The reason to leave so early is because it's safer. That way, we'll be able to cover the biggest distance during daytime. Driving during the night can be very dangerous, as especially drug drivers get tired and accidents happen. We shared a car with a few locals and had a 12-hour ride ahead of us. As mentioned before, the goal of the day was to reach Khorog, a popular city amongst travelers on the Pamir Highway, the second highest highway in the world, connecting the capital of Kyrgyzstan, Bishkek, with Dushanbe. As we left Dushanbe, we got closer and closer to the border with Afghanistan. The landscape was simply breathtaking. Now, only a river was between us and Afghanistan. I can't explain why, but once I laid my eyes on the villages and the people on the other side, I was absolutely amazed. And then the road became more bumpy and narrow, and the ride took long and was tiring. We had a few breaks in between, until something unexpected happened. So what happened? We got stopped by a guy standing in the middle of the road. Our driver left the car, and then suddenly we heard these sounds. The answer to all of this is quite simple. They were building a road on the Afghanistan side, and in order to get through the rocks, they used explosives.
So I guess that's the sound when they're building a street over there in Afghanistan, where you can see the smoke.
But honestly, that's not what we had in mind when we first heard those explosions. So we kept driving for a few more hours until we finally made it to Khorog.
So it took about 15 hours or 15 and a half hours to get here. And I think that was the most exhausting journey or trip I've ever had. Like, first, the driver was really good. Like, he didn't went too fast like the one we had before. Like, the driver we had from Samarkand to the border, he was nuts. This driver, he was really good. The driver was good. The car was good, but the road was shit. Like in the beginning, the road was good as well, but then after a while, like when we got close to the border to Afghanistan, the road was really bad. And the one thing, like the seats we had, they had nothing for your head to rest, so we just go like, and when you do like this, it's kind of hard to rest or find some sleep or something. Yeah, I'm super happy we're here right now. Now we're gonna cook, eat, sleep, rest. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you soon. Bye.